relaxing any of the measures currently in place would risk damage to both public health and our economy.
The UK extending its lockdown Thursday for at least 3 more weeks. People here must continue to stay home except to shop for essentials or exercise outside once a day. The UK has the 5th highest confirmed death toll from COVID-19 in the world at more than 13,000. But that only includes hospital fatalities. The real number is likely much higher. The British government was slower to roll out strict measures than other European countries. The UK's Foreign Secretary, who's stepping in for Boris Johnson as the British Prime Minister continues to recover from coronavirus, outlining 5 specifics his government will need to be satisfied before the lockdown that began March 23rd is lifted, including a sustained and consistent fall in the daily death rates.
We must be confident that any adjustments to the current measures will not risk a second peak of infections that overwhelm the NHS. The worst thing that we could do right now is to ease up too soon, allow a second peak of the virus to hit the NHS and hit the British people. It will be the worst outcome, not just for public health, but for the economy and for our country as a whole.
Japan declaring a nationwide state of emergency Thursday, expanding an order that had up until now only applied to Tokyo and 6 other local regions as the country's coronavirus outbreak worsens, with more than 9,000 known infections and nearly 200 deaths. The Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe asking local governments to urge residents not to take non-essential trips. He goes on to discourage travel between regions to avoid the spread of the virus during the Golden Week holiday season that begins around the beginning of May. While short of a lockdown, the state of emergency gives authorities more power to push people to stay home and businesses to close until at least May 6th. Abe has faced growing criticism as the number of cases has increased. Reuters reports that he's lost support, according to surveys, over a timid and sluggish pandemic response and an appearance of being tone deaf to the severity of the crisis. For City News, I'm Melissa Duggan.